What is up, YouTube Chess here, and today I'm here with Darius. He went first place in the Edison format, Time Wizard. Which one did you play, and what deck did you play?
So I played on Friday in the Edison tournament, I played on Saturday in the Go tournament, and today, on Sunday, I won the Edison tournament playing Fairies. I will say I started playing Edison completely from scratch 2 weeks ago. So I feel like Fairies is a good deck to pick up if you're looking to start with Edison. It was really incredible, yeah.
Yeah, it's a format in April 2015, right?
2010.
2010, sorry.
2010.
Yeah, 2010. Okay, let's check out your deck.
Yeah. So start, of course, with the main deck. We play 3 Christias because Christia does everything you want it to be. It's a floodgate. You can't special summon once it's on the board. It's a 2800 body. Gets you back your Honest, your Heralds. Those usually were the best targets. But of course, a Recruiter is very nice to pick up as well. Phenomenal card. Yeah, I was considering playing 2, but 3 is just nice. Sometimes it's a bit bricky, but you can discard it with Herald, which we'll get to in a second. So I think 3 is correct. On Friday I didn't play Gorse because of a trap I will show in a second. I felt like it wouldn't match, but today I decided to get it. It was relevant in one match, of course, and you gotta pick up Gorse. You cannot play with it. I still performed decently on Friday without it, but it's just too good to not play. So definitely play it. 2 Kaias. Yeah. One of the best monsters in the format. Banishes the Raikos were such a problem for this deck, but they just deal with them so nicely. Gets you the extra damage you need sometimes as well. It's just a phenomenal card.
Cool, nice.
2 Soul of Purity and Light, I believe is the English name of this. I cited these out sometimes, but it's nice to get your graveyard control to make sure you have exactly 4 Fairies for Christia, of course. Enables some other plays, but yeah, enables the starters synchro also very nicely. But it's above average, but yeah, I cited it out a few times, so you can still figure out this one. 1 Thunder King Ryo, very nice card. I think I want to play 2 in the future probably, just shuts down so many decks. Is a light monster, 1900, tough to deal with for sure. Some of the tougher matchups like Dragons, he trades with the Quacky Mero Dragon, which is important, and so he is very, very nice. The best card in the deck, DD Warrior Lady. Deals with everything. It's at 3. I love this card so much. Amazing artwork, iconic card. Love to play 3 of them. Don't play less than 3 for sure. Just did everything you need. 3 Shining Angels to usually get to DD Warrior Lady, or of course get to the right amount of fairies that you want. In correspondence, we also have 3 Nova Summoners. Sometimes I cut the 3rd because the Nova Summoner is not quite as good as the Shining Angel, of course, since the Shining Angel can get you the DD Warrior Lady. But of course, playing 5 to 6 Recruiters is nice and enables your Kaias most importantly as well. 3 D-Alks, very nice. Did its job perfectly. Gets your monsters banished and then adds them back to hand. Sometimes you need to get a bit lucky, sometimes you don't get lucky. That's how it goes in Yu-Gi-Oh! But also wouldn't play less than 3. Really did its job perfectly. Because your opponent activates Torrential or Mirror Force, you still do absolutely fine with it. Too honest. It's honest. But so many times I just summon it, attack for 1/1, back to hand, next turn summon attack for 1/1. It's the Sangan beatdown all over again. But and the 1900 defense is nothing to scoff at as well. So really phenomenal card, of course. 3 Herald of the Orange Light, the second best card in the deck, maybe even the best one. Negating your opponent's effects with a hand trap. Unheard of in Edison, but here it works. And it's just always so crucial. Being able to negate those effects that really trigger you, like the Kaias, hitting down on your Christia, for example. Being able to add them back to hand. And it's a level 2 tuner. You just normal summon it, you steal your opponent's monster, you tune off, you special summon the Soul Impurity to go into starters. You can combo this with a Recruiter for Goyo or Bryo. Just phenomenal card. 1 Raiko. Can be a bit tricky sometimes. I had the situation where I flipped it, milled 2 fairies, flipped it back down with a book, flipped it back up again, milled 3 fairies. Unlucky. But as a one-off, I think it's crucial because it just deals with annoying cards on your opponent's board, especially back row. Something like Black Whirlwind, or your opponent sets some stuff that you don't want to deal with, and then the Raiko just comes in clutch. Turn 1, it's phenomenal. I oftentimes side these out for if I go second, because then it doesn't feel as good, but going first, it's just way too good to set. And Cyber Valley did its job. and made things more difficult for my opponent, especially like Black Wings that want to push a lot of damage early.
Yeah.
You can slow down the game quite a lot. You can mind control your opponent's monster, banish this one and the monster for 2 cards.
Yeah.
Very nice, very versatile. Sometimes a bit dead, but still very good. I would still play the one-off. 2 Book of Moon to basically just set the enemy tuners so they can't synchro.
Yeah.
And versatile card as well to protect your own cards at times. Very nice at 2. Heavy, self-explanatory, MST, also brain control, probably the strongest card in the format. Mind control, I've seen a lot of lists that don't run mind control in the main. I don't get it. I think it's still absolutely broken in this format.
Yeah.
Stealing opponents' Rykos just screws up their game plan so much. Being able to synchro with them is nice.
Synchro away, yeah.
Incredible. And then one Smashing Ground. This really did its job very well. I'm very happy with how this card performed. I'm considering playing a second one. Very, very nice card. Just deals with everything, right? Except Stardust, but you know.
Nice.
And of course, because we do play a few traps, we do play a few spells, we do play the 2 Royal Decrees to negate all of our opponent's traps. This card won me so many games single-handedly because Blackwing players hate it, Gladiator players hate it. What else did I play against? Yeah, I mean only against Frog Monarchs this isn't good. Drill Warrior, it's not as good, but even then they want their TT to be live, they want their Mirror Force to be live, and this just shuts them down entirely. And then for the 3 traps we do play, the TT, for obvious reasons, just clears the board. Trap Dash Shoot, one of the best cards in the game. And then a Bottomless. Bricked on this a few times, I'll be honest. But sometimes it just be like that, right? Sometimes you draw the second decree, sometimes you draw like... I had one game where I draw these, or I set a decree, flip it, draw into these 3 in the next turns. But percentage-wise, it shouldn't happen. So yeah, the decrees are absolutely necessary. But maybe consider cutting a Bottomless if you really want to.
Yeah.
For the extra deck, I am missing a monster actually. I wanted to play, but didn't have.
So you have 40?
Because I built this deck a week before and then couldn't order it. So I would say the Light Wyvern, I think it's called. It gains attack based on the difference between your life points and your opponent's, which is crazy. It's a level 7, which is a very nice one because I have Orbellum. It's not a nice target if I'm being honest. So I would definitely recommend playing that one. But speaking of a light synchro, Porchat came up because it's a very nice out to Stardust. Yeah, deals piercing, can change the opponent's battle position, very nice. Dark and Dragon came up 1 or 2 times with Caius, of course. Your Herald and Caius make this amazing. 2 Stardust, because it's Stardust.
Stardust, yeah.
Phenomenal card. I still love the fact that they printed probably the best monster in the Synchro era as the main character's monster. 1 Red Dragon Archery didn't come up, but you know. Rose Dragon did come up a few times, very nice. Difficult to summon in its deck, but Cyber Valley enables it, and then Mind Control plays, of course. Bryo, huge. Goyo, huge. Bryo being able to bounce monsters just screws their tempo so much. And then these guys didn't really come up, but it's nice to have them in the reserve, right? If you need them. If you have the OTK push, or you steal opponent's monster, and these ones are fringe situations, but work if you
they're here for
need them
flexibility.
to. Exactly, and then finally 2 Chimera techs for the machine matchup. I will say the machine matchup is one of the 2 matchups that is really difficult. So these are really important to have, so you can side into the 1 Cyber Dragon.
Crazy.
Probably should be playing 2, just because the Machina matchup is so difficult. I didn't really know before, but now that I've gathered the experience from the event, I would play 2. 2 Electric Virus. This came up really huge when I played against Disaster Dragons, because Quakimeru negates all Light and Darkness special summons. But you need to reveal a dragon at the end of the turn in order for it to be alive. You steal it with this. You don't reveal a dragon, it pops itself. So this is a fantastic out for this card that gives you the most trouble in that deck. Definitely recommend playing 2. 2 Crows, want to banish some stuff for zombie players or Dandelion players or what have you. Always very nice, always come in handy. 2 Consecrated Light. This card, if you've sided in against Blackwing players, they just want to concede. They can't do anything. They really don't have an out except Icarus attack, and then you have the Royal Decree hopefully. So once the Decree lays down, and this card as well, impossible to out pretty much for those decks. So fantastic card. Wouldn't play less than 2 in the side. I initially even played 1 in the main, but then again I faced off against Frog Monarchs, Hero players, Machina, and then it's a bit rough. But you can consider it. It did work out in some matches, but it's a bit 50-50, I would say. But 2 in the side is fantastic, for sure.
All right.
2 knocks, because Raikou gives you a lot of trouble, and Hamsters by addition as well, of course. And so these are nice outs for these. Even played against Flamvel Gravekeepers at one point. Banishing those Gravekeepers, they don't do anything anymore. Oh, and this is Prohibition.
Oh, okay.
I had the mind read multiple times where my opponents, it was like an almost solved situation. The opponent has 2 cards in hand. I'm like, okay, what do I lose here? I Prohibition call Blizzard, for example. He has Blizzard in hand, can't do anything. I win the game. Of course, the main reason why these in here is for Hero Beatdown. You call Neo's Alias, the deck falls apart. Because no Neo's Alias, no traps, no spells. So really, really crucial. 2 of them is fantastic. 1 return. This was in the main on Friday and in some of the on-demand games I played. But you need setup for it to be really good. But by then you want the Royal Decree to be already on the field. So those 2 collide quite a lot, I found. But if I do side out of the decrees, I side this in. So that's the reason. And I side out of decrees to play this against Frog Monarchs, against even Machina. It's very good as well because it stops the gear frame from going off. The Pulling the Rocks are very, very strong card. I also had a Spell Shield type 8, specifically for Monarchs, because you can't target your own monsters with spells, and that shuts them down, and you don't lose your monster, right? So it's a lot better for you. But I felt it's too situational, and I just wanted to play the 3 because it's more versatile, for example, for the Machina matchup. But that's it.
Nice.
Really happy. 4-0, 2-2-0 wins as well. So some really good stuff. Really happy with the performance. Still a lot of room to grow, of course. But it's such an amazing and fun format. For playing for 2 weeks, it's been an absolute blast. And on the first day, I played 2 on-demand tournaments in the main event, which was 4 rounds. So I played 6 matches total, and I played against 6 different decks, which was just an amazing experience. You know, zombies,
so cool.
Elemental Heroes, Machina. So much good stuff is viable in this format, and I really, really enjoy it. And I hope you might consider starting playing as well in the future.
Cool, Darius. Thank you so much for your deck profile. Do you want to do any shout outs as well?
Shout out to Milka and my mom. Rest in peace, Milka, but love her. Shout out to my Berlin Goat Gang. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Darius X Machina. And if you want to link up, let me know. And I hope to see you guys again sometime soon.
Cool. Darius, thank you so much.
Thank you
have a
so
nice
much.
evening.
Bye bye.